Hey everyone, Clay from Brooklyn. Football with the Fellas is all about Big Blue. Here to respond to Mezo's last post. He asked me to respond, and I'm happy to. So, with regard to his two questions, first, yes, that was all on Jalen Hyatt. Well, let me not say all, but it was largely on Jalen Hyatt. Even Amani Toomer, I shouldn't say even. Amani Toomer said, as did Drew Brees, that it looked like he broke off the route. Amani Tuber added that I've never broken off a route on a corner route. You just don't do that. It's not a choice route. You run the corner route, you run the corner route. If they tell you to run the corner route, you go and run the route. And if the ball doesn't come, the ball doesn't come. But you don't stop in the middle because the ball is thrown with anticipation. He's not, he meaning Winston, is not going to wait to see if you're open. If it looks to him like you're likely to be open, he throws it before the break. So if you shut down your route in mid route, the ball is coming anyway, and now you're not there. And I think that's what happened. Now, that pass looked a little high to me, but in fairness, Jalen Hyatt has great speed and hops. So maybe that's exactly where it needed to be. I guess we'll never know because he didn't get there. But yeah, that's on Hyatt more so than on Winston. Although obviously, Winston throws his share of picks anyway. Now, why he threw the ball to Hyatt and not Hodgins when the game was on the line, I have no idea. Or to Theo Johnson. There were other options he could have thrown to Daniel Bellinger, but he chose Jalen Hyatt. Maybe he wanted to give the young wide receiver a chance to, make a name for himself and make up for, get out of the doghouse. But now he's just further in the doghouse. In fact, I'm not sure he's going to get another chance after this. Second thing Meso asked is, do I think Shane Bowen should be fired? Come on now. Y'all all know how I feel about that. I thought Shane Bowen should have been fired to end the last season. I was hoping, as I posted, as I wrote a comment in Meso's post, I was hoping he'd be fired before my morning coffee today, but he was not. And I suspect that he may not get fired right away for some reason. I just got this instinct that tells me that that Joe Shane is going to say to Mike Kafka, you can promote from within and move people up, but I don't know if I'm ready to let you start firing people just yet. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But Shane Bowen has been terrible for us. I know he had the Tennessee Titans job as defense coordinator while they were very good on defense, but they also had Mike Vrabel as their head coach. And I think that had more to do with Mike Vrabel than with Shane Bowen, which we can all see now. Since Bowen has gotten here, he's done nothing that makes me want to keep him. Okay, so those are the answers to Meso's two questions. Yes, it was Hyatt's fault. Yes, Bowen should be fired. I want to say something that half facetiously, but only half. In hockey, when your team has a penalty against them, they play shorthanded. It's called a power play, as I'm sure you know. And you have to kill the power play. And playing shorthanded is a thing in hockey. When Tay Banks is on the field, I feel like we'd be better off playing shorthanded. We'd be better off playing 10 on 11 and saying, Banks, just sit down here in the corner like you're in the penalty box. Because when he's on the field and we count on him, we expect him to do his job. And of course, he doesn't do his job. If he was just simply sitting in the penalty box, I think the other 10 players would say, oh, so we know he's not here. We have to do more. We have to take on more responsibility. And I think the defense would actually be better 10 on 11 than it would be with Tay Banks on the field. Now, do I expect the Giants to do that? Of course not. But I'm telling you, I feel like we are addition by subtraction better without Banks's participation than with it. Whether it's that we put someone else on the field or we just play 10 or 11. Anyway, just wanted to get that out there. Another thing I want to say is that I keep seeing people posting how our biggest need in the draft next year is another wide receiver, and I couldn't disagree more. We are averaging 21 and a half points a game on offense, and that's without Malik Neighbors, without Cam Scatterbo, and this week without Jackson Dart. I mean, we still scored 20 points. We're giving up 27 and a quarter points a game, and that's terrible. That's where the needs are. We need an inside linebacker with sideline to sideline speed, who is a sure tackler, can stack and shed blockers and make plays against the run and not be a liability in coverage. So like Micah McFadden is a 2-down linebacker who misses too many tackles. I want someone who doesn't miss as many tackles as Micah McFadden and who doesn't come off the field on 3rd and 8 because he can't cover anybody. CJ Allen from Georgia, Sonny Styles from Ohio State, that kind of player. Leo Chenal from the Kansas City Chiefs, who's about to be a free agent, that kind of player. That's who I think we need first and foremost. Our defense will never be great until we have at least a solid, if not very good, pair of inside linebackers, or at least one, because Bobby Okereke is past his prime. We also need a safety. Our safety, Javon Holland, is good. I was thrilled that we signed him, but he's not as good as I hoped he would be, and he is alone. No other safety on our team is any good at all. We need another cornerback. Cordell Flott is good. He's a good cornerback, but he's also about to be a free agent, and hopefully we sign him. Paulson Adebo, I was thrilled we signed him, but he's not on the field. And no one else is good in coverage at cornerback. We need another cornerback. We need a run-stuffing defensive tackle. Dexter is not the Dexter of old, but still a very solid defensive tackle, but he can't do it alone. We need at least one more run-stuffing defensive tackle. It's clear to me that our defense is the problem. We have given up 300 points in 11 games. We're the only NFC team to have given up 300 points. We're giving up 27.27 points per game. That won't get it done. And we're averaging 21.5 points on offense. Another wide receiver is not going to be worth another touchdown a game, which is what it would take to beat a team that we gave up 27 points to. Right? So the needs are on defense. Now, I'm not saying that Randy Moss or Paul Warfield is in the draft that we should turn him down, but that's not who's in this draft, right? None of these people in this draft look like they're going to be, surefire Hall of Famers or even Pro Bowlers. Good wide receivers can be found in the later rounds, and we don't need a great wide receiver. We have one. Malik Neighbors is coming back. He's a great wide receiver. We don't need two great wide receivers. Okay, so that's what I think, but I want to know what you think. What do you think about what I think? So please grab the like button, share, subscribe, comment, as always. But I'm of the mind that, to answer Mezo's question, yes, it was Hyatt's fault. Yes, Bowen should be fired. No, we don't need to draft on offense next year. Unless one exception, unless we are foolish enough to let Jermaine Illuminor walk, in which case maybe we should take Spencer Fano, right tackle from Utah, who's the best offensive lineman in the draft this year. But other than that, we got to go defense. All right, that's what I think. Tell me what you think about what I think. Clay from Brooklyn, football with the fellas. It's all about Big Blue, and I'm out.